Chicago Cubs make a blockbuster deal trading for Kyle Tucker. In my opinion, one of the better hitters in the league and more underrated hitters in the league with the Houston Astros. So the Astros get a haul where Tucker's a free agent next season, and they most likely thought they couldn't re-sign him to a big contract where it's a possibility he gets a $500 million deal in the offseason next year as a free agent. So Astros, I thought they did good in this trade. Get Isaac Paredes, Hayden Wesneski, and first-round pick last season from the Cubs, Cam Smith, in the deal. So last season he was banged up. Half the season was Kyle Tucker, and he had 23 home runs, 49 RBIs, 56 runs scored, 11 stolen bases, a 289 average, and a 408 on base. So he does it all as Kyle Tucker, a 5-tool player, home runs, RBI, stolen bases, good batting average, and on-base percentage. And now going into a contract year and playing in a great hitters ballpark, especially in the summer in Wrigley Field. Wind's blowing out. I think his numbers could go up a little bit. And this Cub team, they wanted to make an impact. But the only thing for Chicago, I don't know if they're going to re-sign him. And if I'm Tucker, I'm most likely testing the free agent market like Juan Soto did. And obviously, we saw the contract he got and bet on himself with the monster season. So in terms of fantasy baseball, he's easily going to be second, third round. Worst case, I believe, is Kyle Tucker. Like I said, he's going to give you homers, RBIs, stolen bases, averaging on base. Now, to the Houston Astros, I thought they did well in this trade, like I said, where they weren't going to re-sign him most likely, where their payroll isn't all that big. And you get Isaac Paredes now on his third team for season pretty much. He was traded to the Cubs at the deadline last season for Christopher Morel and prospects, and now he's traded to Houston. So Paredes last season, 19 home runs, 80 RBIs, 64 runs scored, a stolen base, a 238 average, and a 346. So Paredes, we know he's got pop. Now he goes to Houston, obviously, short porch in left field and down the line and right. It's an easy place to hit home runs. And like I said, Paredes 2 seasons ago, 31 home runs for the Tampa Bay Rays. So the Cubs last year, it was a little odd. When they were out of it, they traded for Paredes. And now it makes sense. Used him as a good trade chip to use him in this deal going to Houston. So Paredes, most likely, I believe, third base. If Alex Bregman leaves in free agency, which it looks like now after trading Kyle Tucker, that this Astro team's in a little bit of a rebuild, I believe. So Paredes, in terms of fantasy baseball, he's a player I'm going to take in the later to mid-rounds, most likely in that 13th to 18th round range. Paredes, he does qualify as first, second, third. And obviously, once Alex Bregman signs somewhere else, he's going to be that third baseman, I believe, most likely for this Houston Astro team. And now to Wesneski, he obviously was a swingman last season. He could start, could pitch in the bullpen. And obviously, he's not going to have any fantasy value as Wesneski. So last season, 67 and 2/3, 3-6 record, 67 Ks, 3.86 ERA, 1.14 whip, and 3 quality starts. So we'll see how they use him as this Astro team. He's a former top prospect. And we know the Astros, they've definitely molded pitchers into becoming good starters. And we'll see now if Wesneski could be the latest, or he'll just be in the bullpen. But as of now, I don't believe he has fantasy value unless he makes the rotation out of opening day. And like I said, Cam Smith, the blue chipper prospect in their deal, first-round pick last season. 3 seasons, I believe he'll be ready to be called up to the major leagues. So Kyle Tucker in a blockbuster deal traded to the Chicago Cubs. And we'll see if he can help this Cub team make the playoffs and once again have a big year for fantasy owners entering the 2025 season.